Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today we're going to talk about part 3 in functions. Okay, and I'm going to just explain some of the questions that can be you can face it actually in the M2 exam, and you need to know how to deal with such questions. So first of all, I'm going to start with one of the questions. If f of x is equal to 4x minus 5 and g of x is equal to 3 power x, then f of g of 2. This is, we call it composite functions. It means I need to put the value or the function itself, which is, sorry, okay, f of g. I want to just evaluate f of g of 2. So put g of x inside f of x, and after that we can implement g of 2. So in this case, if I want to put g of x inside f of x, that will be, for in the place of x I'll put brackets. Okay, so minus 5 and 3 power x, it will be replaced by x, so 3 power x here. So that's gonna be 4 3 power x minus 5. Now I can just put the 2 in the place of x. I just can put the 2 in the place of x, as you can see here. So 3 power 2, 9. 9 times 4, 36. 36 minus 5, that's going to be 31. Choice D. Okay, this is question 1. We'll go for question 2 now. What values must be excluded from the domain of f of g of x if f of x is equal to 3x minus 4x, 3x squared minus 4x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 3x squared minus 3. So if I put just f of x over g of x, as you can see here in the question, so f of x is at what? Actually, no problem, I'm just going to do step by step. 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 all over g of x, which is 3x squared minus what? 3. So the problem in the functions, I always need to focus on the denominator, rational functions. Why? Because the rational functions has, like, the main problem is the domain which relates to the denominator. So if we can look at the denominator, 3x squared minus 3, so we have a 3x squared minus 3, that equals 3 bracket x squared minus 1. So the answer is 3x minus 1 times x plus 1. So there are two values which makes the denominator equal 0. And if the denominator equals 0, the function will be what? Undefined. It goes to infinity. So in this case, we need to exclude 1 and negative 1 from the question. Okay, remember that. Let's go for question 3. So if g of x is equal to 3x plus 2 and g of f of x is equal x, then f of 2 is what? First of all, g of f of x. What does that mean? I just replace every single x in g with what? F of x. So check this. G of x, let's say f of g of x, that equals 3. Every single, oh, I'm really sorry, just I need to change it. I mean g of f of x, that equals every single x will be replaced by f of x. So that's going to be 3 times f of x plus 2. Okay, what after this? So in this case, okay, g of f of x equal to how much? X equal 3 f of x plus 2. F of x plus 2. So in this case, 3 times f of x is equal x minus 2. F of x is equal x minus 2 over 3. That's f of x. If I just do f of 2, so I need to put in the place of x what? 2. So 2 minus 2, that equals to how much? 2 minus 2, 0. 0 over 3, 0. So the answer will be 0. The trick here is you need to understand g of f of x equal x. Okay, we know that it's equal to x. But this one, how to, like, redesign the expression again. You need to design it again, which means g of f of x, every single x you replace it with what? F of x here. Okay, that's the case. See you in question 4. Question 4. If p of x is equal 4x minus 6 and p of a is equal 0, then a is equal what? P of a, you need to replace x with a and you put y equal to what? 0. What this means y? It means f of x or p of x. So in the place of this, it's equal 0 and 4 times a minus 6. And that's equal 4a equal to 6. Then a is equal 6 over 4. In this case, a is equal to 3 over 2. So just remember, p of a equals 0, which means in the place of p of x, we put 0. And in the place of x, we put a. So if you replace x with a, the answer is 0. So that's why we put a, 4 times a minus 6, then the answer is 0. At the end, 4a, okay, this is a, this is not 9. Okay. Fine, 4 times a equals 6, a is equal 6 over 4, then a is equal 3 over 2. C. In solving questions relating to composite functions or combining functions, the technique that you need to use there to understand factorization, to understand what does it mean by f of x, what's meant by replacing the x, what's meant by composite functions, combining functions, the domain of the denominator, how you can remove similar factors from the numerator and denominator. You need to understand the vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptotes. We will discuss that later soon in video number 4 or 5 in M2 course. But try to replay the video again and try to do it with your hand. Okay? Thank you very much for watching.